during COVID, it messed up everything for everybody for a while. And my husband lost his job helping taking care of me with my medical issues and our children. And we were trying to think, like, what can we do that, would help our family. And I've always been into photography, so I started doing photo sessions. And then my husband started making jewelry, and it just kicked off. My kids love it now. My son helps make the jewelry pieces. My daughter's been learning. And it was just a way for us to be together and try to better our lives.
Wise Media Group. We're back again with Spotlight Thursday, and each week it gets more and more interesting. Today we've got some awesome guests with us. We've got Breaunna Stratton, who's sitting at the table right now with Healing Rowan Creations and Photography. Breaunna, good morning.
Good morning.
So you said you're nervous. Why are you nervous? You're like if you don't know Breaunna, she's also the Downtown Association Yakima Director.
Events coordinator. Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about today. You've doing some really cool things.
I am, yeah. I decided to open up my own business.
How did you come about this? What was kind of the motivation to make you start doing the business on top of your really cool day job?
Honestly, so during COVID, it messed up everything for everybody for a while. And my husband lost his job helping taking care of me with my medical issues and our children. And we were trying to think, like, what can we do that would help our family. And I've always been into photography, so I started doing photo sessions. And then my husband started making jewelry, and it just kicked off. My kids love it now. My son helps make the jewelry pieces. My daughter's been learning. And it was just a way for us to be together and try to better our lives.
And so your family's interest in crystals, I think you kind of gave us some information. That was kind of what inspired doing this because, like you said, your kids help you with this. How did the whole family interest kind of create the inspiration to?
I have always collected crystals my whole life. It started with my grandmother, and so I have tons of crystals around the house. And then I would start buying crystal necklaces from little stores around town or online. And my husband was like, I could make that because he loved making coils with wire. And so he was like, I think I can do that. And so he tried it out one day, and he really liked it and fell in love with it. And it was fun because he's never found something that he actually stuck with that liked. And this really kicked in, and it kicked all of our kids into gear.
And how old are your kids again?
9 and 7.
9 and 7. I met the little one.
Yes.
She likes to be the star of the show.
She sang for you once.
Yes, she did. She did. Beautiful voice she has. Can you, what's kind of jewelry, what's your style of jewelry that you guys like to make? And when you say photography, do you have an area you like to stick to? What's your specialty when it comes to photography?
Yeah. So really quick on the jewelry. So we make a wide range of jewelry that can go from $15 to some of our pieces are around $600, depending on the type of crystals that are used. We use copper, silver, and gold. We've started creating bookmarks and other items that you can use as accessories. I made some hair pieces. So you can see.
Yeah, if there's anything you want us to look at specifically, let me know. Where do you
go up to the photos where it says, right there, photos. So you can see that we have some really nice ones from Ellensburg blues, which are a very rare stone, to really simple stones. That one right there that's showing, we just got from a mine in Chihuahua, Mexico. It's a Mexican agate. It's one of my favorite stones.
How do you decide where you're gonna purchase your stones from? Because that sounds like you really got to have an interest in this. Are you spending a lot of time on the internet going, oh, I like that?
So we work with a few select people because we want to make sure we know where all of our stuff is coming from. So locally, we work with Dimitri, who's right downstairs a lot, and then Robert Langford, who has Langford Lapidary. And then we do have a few online sailors that we go from that go out to the mines directly and send us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you guys just opened up, but you've been doing the jewelry thing. Because I remember when I met you when I first moved here at the Downtown Association, the events you guys have every, was that
Thursday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Thursday? Sunday, right?
We do it Thursdays and Sundays.
Okay, the Sundays when I met you, and your husband was there, and you guys were selling jewelry. So when you take that to opening a storefront, Like what went through your mind? Was it because now things change. It's not just like a side hustle. Like you got to make money. You got to pay bills.
Yeah, now it's terrifying. It totally is. We put everything into opening this spot. So we have 2 of the areas that are dedicated to just jewelry. And then I have my photo studio in there, which we can talk about in a minute. And then we also have a girl that we partnered with who's going to be doing paint nights in there. So we'll always have fun.
Who's the paint nights girl?
Her name is Shelly, and it's called The Creative Space. It's really fun.
Okay.
She does kids paint nights, adult paint nights, sip and spin paint nights.
So bring your own alcohol.
We can always have fun.
Can you imagine what kind of painting you guys would have? Like super drunk, it's like this looks amazing, and the next morning you're like, what did I just create?
I've had that happen before.
That's fun. Huh? We'll have to talk to Shelly, have her come in maybe.
Absolutely.
Because that's who was that the other person we were talking to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now going into this, so like your services and offerings, specifically on the jewelry for a second still. What's the best way for people to find you? Let's talk about that. Facebook?
Yeah, so we post on Facebook very regularly, but we're also at the new location, which is 115 North 3rd Street.
We got the address on there anywhere?
It should be on there yet. Nope, not yet.
So say that one more time.
115 North 3rd Street. It is the big yellow building right across from City Hall.
Didn't you say this used to be the old Rod's house, right?
Yeah, it used to be the old Rod's house, so it still actually has some of their wording on the front window.
Okay.
Until I get that off.
So for those of you who don't know where she's at, just, if you Google Rod's house, it probably comes right up.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also sell at the downtown Yakima Farmers Market when it's in season.
And when is that? Season is for that?
It's going to start May 13th, and we just announced a brand new manager. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got a new manager?
Yeah. That's going to be nice.
Who is it?
Her name's Susanna Wilcox.
All right, Susanna, we're going to be watching you.
You'll have to bring her in here, too.
Now let's go over we'll talk a little bit about the photography, because I see you take a lot of photos.
Yeah.
Do you have this thing where you like taking photos with like half of faces?
I do.
It's a thing, right?
I do.
Because I'm trying to find a picture of you to put on the thumbnail. Like every photo she has like half of a face.
Half of my face.
Okay.
My face, I like half of it. No, so in this photo studio, I want to feature one theme every month. I don't feel like I specialize in posing, getting your family shots, stuff like that. I like doing events, getting candid, fun things. So how we have the studio set up for January is a glitter.
Oh, there's the little print. That was your daughter.
So that was my daughter, and that's my niece.
Okay.
So we have glitter set up everywhere, and this is just a fun way for them. Kids don't even notice you're taking their pictures when they're playing. Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I like it happening. Everyone comes in and they have an experience that they are just having fun with me. And then at the end of it, they get all these great pictures versus it being a photo session where we're posing people and we're trying to. Everybody
hates photo sessions.
Yes.
It's like forced smiles for these pictures up on your wall. It's like, look at all the horrible smiles. It's like a.
Absolutely.
We try to do it with our dogs, and it's tough.
I like to try to get as much candid shots as I can. We normally have music playing in the background. We have bubbles going, so the kids are laughing. There's normally Disney music playing. And
how big is the studio for photography?
This room is, I think, about 200 square feet.
Okay.
But again, I have 5 other rooms in that building.
Wow.
So
that's all yours?
Yes.
Wow.
I could potentially move it around.
Moving up in the world. So that's super cool. Now, what kind of camera, do you have is this iPhone cameras? Do you guys have like DSLRs? What is your?
I have a few cameras. Yeah. So I have a Nikon and a Canon.
Okay.
I kind of switch back and forth between them. I haven't decided if I like one better than the other yet. And then for most of my mini sessions, I also offer a Polaroid shot too, just for fun, for memories. Normally the kids really like to take that home.
Polaroids are great. I got to talk to you about that because in the new studio, every time we get a guest coming in, we want to take a Polaroid and we're going to have like the wall of shame. I don't know. Depends on how the interview goes, I guess. But that would be fun. Maybe you can help us with that. When it comes to, I don't know if it's similar at all for you, but like we do video work and I don't know really shit about doing videos and like how to use the cameras. I just figure out what I like and kind of go with that. Did you go to school for this, or did this kind of develop over just taking pictures and you found out, hey, I kind of like doing this?
Yeah, I did not go to school for it. I just started taking photos at a pretty young age. And then I started doing event photos because my sister was in rodeos and she was the rodeo queen for a few years. And so after I got the hang of doing events, I was like, oh, I really like this. And then my friends started messaging me and be like, hey, will you do my pictures? Will you do my pictures? I did a few weddings, and I did have it where you could just regularly book sessions for a while. And then when we opened this place is when I decided I really just wanted themed mini fun sessions, like a little selfie museum, but one room.
So this is the photography. So you can find her. There's links in the description of this video if you want to go check her out. If you want to contact her, there's an email, there's a phone number in the description. Definitely. And if they mention that they came to you from Wise Media Group, I don't know. Maybe she'll have a cool offer for you. I don't really know. We didn't really discuss that, so I put her on the spot.
If you come into the shop this month in January and tell me that you saw us on the media podcast here, I will give you 15% off jewelry or photos.
Oh, that's not a bad deal. All right. The second one, right?
Yep.
So both of her social medias are on here on the description. Guys, check out Breaunna Stratton, Healing Rowan Creations Photography, and come see her at downtown Associated Yakima when we get cranking again, when the snow is gone.
Yes.
Thank you, Breaunna.
Thank you for having me.
Very much.